6-5 because we're going to do the examples on 6-5 together. And then we will flip back to you can try the guided practice in a minute on your own. So everyone flip to 6-5. Put that summary up there. I'm just going to write it on here. If the leading coefficient is positive, the right side goes up. If it's negative, it goes down. When the degree is even, they go in the same direction, but when it's odd, they go in opposite directions. Everyone got that written down? So let's do an example together. So I wanted you to circle the right side of each of these graphs. Where is the right side? So the right side is this one, the right side is this one, and the right side is this one. You have to know what I'm talking about. What is the right side of the graph? So for each of these, let's just circle. So on this one, the right side was going up. On this one, the right side was going down. And on this one, the right side was going up. So up or down, what does it mean? So now, if I don't know what the equation is, I do know something about the equation. If the right side went up, will the leading coefficient be positive or negative? Up is positive. Down tells me the leading coefficient is negative, and then up again, the leading coefficient is positive. So you always do the right side of the graph first. So whether you're graphing it or thinking about the equation, you always do the right side first. So now I copied each of these graphs down below. They're the exact same graph, but now I'm asking you about the left side of the graph. So this time I wanted you to circle the left side, just so you have this, to look back at. All right, what does left side mean? What does right side mean? Okay, so now you're going to tell me, is the left side the same or different from the right side? They're different in this first example, right? Pointing in different directions. Same thing on the second one, they're pointing in different directions. And then they're both pointing up, so they're in the same direction. That is how you determine what the degree of the function is. So will the first one be even or odd? They're going opposite directions. I should have put opposite here, but odd is opposite. Again, odd is opposite. This is more like a parabola even. They're both going in the same direction. So that way, if you forget what it means to do left and right, you've got this kind of simplified sheet. I would write down that you do this second. You always do the right side first, and then you do the left side. Did I put any? I didn't put any practice problems in the resources. So once you write that down, flip back to page 604 and see if you can do those last couple. Let's see, the practice problems on the back. Some of you have already done it, but I want you to try 1 through 6 using your rules and see if you can figure it out. Well, 0 from whatever power is 0. Yeah. Yes, but I'm not here tomorrow, so I'm gonna have you, there's more review, and homework, and then those stuff I'll give you the quiz. Or you can do it tonight and spend some time reviewing. Yeah, multiplicity of zero. Okay. So everything except for zero. I'll tell you that just this part. All right, so can I go over number one and make sure you're on the right track? So number one, you should only be looking at this term because that's the leading term. The leading coefficient is a positive 1. So if it's positive 1, that tells you the right side of the graph is going up, right? Because positive 1. Then I'm going to look at the degree. Well, the degree is 5, which is an odd number. So that tells me that the left side must go down. You don't have to write your justification. I just wanted to write it down now so that you would know, what do I do on number 2? I'm going to look, where is my leading term? These are in standard form, so that's my leading term. It's a negative 2 this time. So that tells me that the right end is going down. And then there is a x cubed term, so that's odd opposite. So if this is going down, this is going in the opposite direction, going up. Are you getting those okay? If you haven't tried number 3 yet, you try number 3 before I put it up there. Yeah? I was going to put an end behavior question on the quiz. Either I give you the graph and you have to tell me what you think would tell you about the equation. Sketch your own. Yeah, something maybe. I would probably put one more like that because the number 1, 2, and 3, you could just type those into the calculator and it'll tell you the answer. I want you to a little bit use your reasoning skills. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just saying now. They should both be up, right? Up for number 3. Leading coefficient is positive and 10 is an even number. Okay, so then number 4, you're just sketching something that would work. Something that is even, tells you they're both going to go in the same direction. If the leading coefficient is positive, that's what I'm going to do first. The right end is going up, so the left end would also have to go up. Maybe something like a parabola, something like a W shape, something where they're both going up. Anything like that. See if you can draw example 5 and 6. Don't go back and look for one. See if you can actually figure out, okay, the right side, should that go up or down? The left side, should that go up or down? I'm going to put up my answer in a minute just so you can check 5 and 6. So 5 and 6 should be something kind of like that. The leading coefficient is negative, so this is pointing down, and they're going in opposite directions. This one, the leading coefficient is positive, but the degree is odd, so they're going in opposite directions. You could also just draw a straight line. So this is also okay because we know that a line is a polynomial function. You could draw something that has multiple bumps as long as at the end, this side is going up and this side is going down. Okay, so I want to show you the operations practice that you're going to try, kind of like a quiz review, is page 605, kind of for the next half hour. The front page is all your operations. The back page is your vocabulary. Someone was looking ahead at homework 6.2, and we really had, I kind of messed around with the order of our notes. And so number 1 is kind of out of order. So what I want you to do, can everyone just take a look at homework 6.2 for a minute? And we're just going to make a change to problem number 1. I'm going to have you cross out this center section because we haven't learned how to find the zeros or their multiplicity. But I do want you to be able to practice degree, leading coefficient, and end behavior. But this is in factored form, and we haven't really talked about factored form. So let's just rewrite kind of a generic different equation just so you have something to look at. So if you just want to rewrite it as negative x squared plus 2x plus 7, and that way you have something you could identify the degree, the leading coefficient, and the right and the left end as kind of practice. That's on number 1 of homework 6.2 for tomorrow. So I'm not here tomorrow, so you could